Okay. That looks like that went out. So let's see what we can do tonight. Change my. Okay. Gonna go and work on the farm. Hey! Gosh, you're quick. I am doing well tonight. I just got done with dinner. We had dinner a little bit late. And work was kind of crazy, but I'm doing well. How are you doing this Friday night or afternoon for you? Maybe is it Friday afternoon for you or Saturday afternoon? Oh, you had your phone. Yeah. That helps. Yeah, my printer at work is it's not doing too well, and in the meeting we had yesterday, Saturday afternoon. Okay, gotcha. So you need to buy. You need to tell me what the lottery tickets were so I can. No, I'm just kidding. I know it doesn't work that way, but that's kind of funny how the time people are in all kinds of times all over the place. How's the best way for me to go? I think if I go, yeah, I can go to the portal and whatnot. Yeah, well, the problem about the printer is that the IT guy well, he's not really, well, he is IT, but he's pretty much our go-to person for our area, and um, he said that my printer is pretty much shot, and I need to get a new one. And in the meeting we had yesterday, they pretty much said that they didn't want to be having to buy any office equipment that was unnecessary. So, and they were talking about special pens and highlighters. So I'm pretty sure they don't want to have to buy a new printer, but I guess we'll see what happens. I told my boss, I said, yeah, I kind of need it. I print a bunch of invoices and I have to print payments and checks and stuff, so he's going to have to do something about it. What you doing, puppy, huh? Huh? You just drank some water? She's in there playing the guitar, isn't she? Yes. Uh-oh. Don't tear everything up. Yes, the printer, we calculate it's at least 5 years old. Uh, and it's been leaking toner for quite some time, and now I think that insides are getting kind of clogged up. At least that's the discussion that I had with the IT guy. That's what we think's going on. So, yeah. He said he could bring in a repair guy, but it would cost just as much to repair it as it would be to buy a new one. And if we bought a new one, then we know it would at least work for, hopefully another 5 years. Right? I know. I think the printer that we have here at the house. Mm, it might be close to that. Oh, hang on. I might have to ask him to be quiet. Sometimes he thinks he needs to sing at her guitar playing. I'm assuming he thinks that's singing. Oh, here's another pretty mount for you. I love the glow in the wings. I should probably, so I can see how long the lag is. Where'd it go? Oh my goodness gracious. Hang on. I think he saw a squirrel. Oh my goodness. Where's the, what he, um, where's the tennis ball? Oh. Oh, thank you. Is that your phone? Is that Troy's? Do you see what he still has as a background? Is that his iPod phone? Oh. I wonder, every time I see it, I think, gosh, his brand new phone's already cracked. Evidently, it's not. Chatham Islands belongs to New Zealand, is around 50 minutes ahead of the rest of the. Wow. Oh, yes. He's what? He's got a new girl as a screensaver. Okay. Well, it'll probably only last a few weeks. So, did you do anything exciting today? Goodness gracious, there's lots of vermin in this farm today. My husband told me he was watching me last night, well, at least at the end. And he said every time I went back to my desk at work and turned you on, you were talking about me. I said, well, maybe he's one of the people watching right now. So he's listening to me talk about him again. It's a pretty good delay going on. Oh my goodness. get to sleep till 7 a.m. Got up just after midday, so had a coffee and put washing out in the sun. Oh, well, that's good. I mean, it's not good that you couldn't get to sleep till 7, but I got up at 2:30 in the morning. Was not the best night for me. And how I found out my husband was watching me on YouTube last night. He said, "Well, you went to bed late last night," and I said,
I have many
"It
ways.
wasn't that late." He goes, "Well, it was late for you." I said, "Okay, so it was like 9:30." And he said, "Yes." I said, "How did you know that?" Because he was at work. He said, "I was watching you." So I guess I'm gonna have to be careful here. I know, right? No, I don't say anything that I wouldn't say to his face anyway. I'll be painting rooms tomorrow and moving stuff. I'll be so happy to have a room for myself that I can close the door and hopefully have some quiet. I could close the door to this room, but I don't trust them. I'm too far away from the sounds they'll make. They're getting in trouble. I guess I'd hit this. Do you have a particular topic of conversation you'd like for tonight? Or this afternoon for you? I'm trying to think. I didn't really have anything that crazy other than the printer thing happened to me today. I'm wondering if I do this, if the point things work. Let's see. That did not work. Let's see. Oh, now it's telling me. Well, how nice. I have 15 tiger paws. I was watching a possession quick video and my daughter said, "What are you watching?" And then you know it's not real. A possession quick. Okay, so that has me a little confused. I know what a possession is. But those aren't usually quick. Well, if they're doing something to get rid of the possession. Unless it's something completely different. And yeah, if you put exclamation point tiger paws in the chat thing, it will tell you how many tiger paws you have. When I looked at it before I went live, you have the most. One of my subscribed did a video about how to tell you are possessed. I know how I would tell. I'd go see a Catholic priest. You have a channel? I can't do it from here. I have to do it. see if I can get the chat pulled up here. Have to turn the sound off. Let's see if I can. Oh, you're really a shy person? Will you come in here and you type? Usually shy people aren't typing either. That surprises me that you're shy. Yeah, I'm not. I am shy in certain situations, but not normally. Usually the only time I'm a bit shy is if I'm afraid I might embarrass somebody. Sometimes my children, but usually that's an added bonus if I get to embarrass them. Although my son really doesn't get embarrassed. Oh, is it because nobody can see you? Because obviously, I guess the trolls kind of like to do that same thing. I don't think they'd be so hateful if they were face to face with people. Yeah. I have to be honest, I thought I would be more self conscious, but so like I'm not looking at a huge picture of myself on the other screen. I have a laptop, a gaming laptop, and I have right now I have one of my really old desktop monitors hooked up to it. Um, I'm going to get a different one because the aspect ratio, I am not fond of it. It's way too off kilter, but um, it shows a very little preview picture of my stream for me so I can see uh, what is being sent out at the moment. And I thought I'd be more self conscious about seeing myself on there. And like when I'm on Lisa's stream or when I was on Casbat's stream, that's kind of interesting too because that is like a chat box because you're not really watching YouTube because of the delay. But it's like a chat box, but it has people's pictures in it. So you're obviously you're stacked like you see it in the stream, but it's kind of odd. So you're not just looking at yourself, you're looking at the other people that you're talking to. And I don't know. It doesn't seem to bother me. I thought it would I thought I would be a little more self-conscious, but I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm used to wearing my headset and talking into this mic in Discord. But I guess since I'm playing the game, I'm not looking at myself too often. I'm looking over to make sure that I'm not like frozen or anything. And my chat is over there, so I can see when you're typing. Comfy with numbers. Comfy with numbers. Oh, I see. So you like to be with groups of people. Well, that is, yeah, you do. Most people, I would say, gain confidence with. Uh, where am I going? I need to tag this other achievement. Fishing. Goodness, I don't think it's this far down. No, I have that one. Where is? city. Um, I would think most people are naturally more. I guess it might be part of that mob mentality thing, just like they talk about. Well, I know that you listen to true crime channels, so I'm pretty sure that you'll know about this. But they talk about that mob mentality, that people doing violent things that they wouldn't normally do when they're in a large group of people. Boxes with live chat helps when other people. Oh, when other people are in the screen. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, I guess. I don't even know. I don't know that I was ever very shy as a kid either. Oh, or I guess are you coming to take a nap or coming to visit us? Huh? Sorry, the dog got up here on the chair with me. Where did you get that from? Oh, are you gonna leave that here or take it to grandma's? Huh? Why don't you go put it in my car? I mean, you could literally go put that stuff in the back of my car and then we can make a trip over there. She doesn't have any games. I know she has plans tomorrow, but you were severely bullied at school. See, and I was typically. Uh, oh, you're embarrassed. I gotcha. Um,
Victory lies ahead.
I had a few people that tried uh, a little bit. Not, they didn't try very hard to bully me because it didn't work. But uh, well, I take that back. When I was very young, before I thought it was before I started school, but I don't know. Uh, there was a girl that lived. It had to have been right before we started kindergarten. Girl that lived behind me. We share a common chain link fence, and she used to pull. I had really long blonde hair, and she used to pull my hair through the fence. And evidently, and I don't. I remember pulling my hair through the fence. I don't remember going in to my parents crying all the time about it. But finally, my mom told me, she's like, you have to quit crying, coming in here and crying to us about it. You need to pull her hair back through the fence, and she'll stop. So evidently, the next time that I went out there and she pulled my hair through the fence, I grabbed her arm and pulled it through the fence, and I was yanking her arm up and down. And my dad happened to look out the window, came out, and uh, you know, I didn't end up hurting her, thank goodness. Um, but she never did that again to me. And as a matter of fact, when we started school, she was always a champion for me, telling people not to bother me. Yeah, right. I guess I took it to the next step without being told. And so I always found myself being the one sticking up for people. My one of my really best friends growing up, um, she wasn't friends with anybody we went to school with, and she was, ostracized, and she was my best friend. And um, I would never have let any of them, say anything about her or anything. And had a couple of the people in the not in crowd went to the same high school I did, and one of them, I don't know what she did to get herself on the butt end of the girls from down the school, the public school down the street, wanting to kick her behind all the time. But there were a bunch of times I would meet with her after school and tell those other girls if they wanted to beat her up, they absolutely would be able to beat her up, but first they had to get through me. My daughter is like that. She had a lot of boyfriends that stuck up for her. See, and I was the oldest, and maybe that has something to do with it too, because I always felt very protective of my sister, and maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. Oh my goodness gracious. But I can't stand bullies, and um, yeah, I don't put up with it. They come in like into the guild in the game or my Discord, and yeah, they don't stay long because I'm done with them. Oh well, a lot of times the younger ones do kind of. My sister got bullied in school. Some of it I knew about, some of it I didn't. I threatened to. I told her I'd go kick a couple of the girls' behinds. I didn't use the word behind. But she didn't want me to do it, so I didn't. But I told her, I said, I will hurt them if they ever do anything to you. But there are definitely probably some good things to being the baby. Yeah, you can't let them show. Well, yeah, you don't want to show emotions if you can help it. See, but one of the things that I hate about myself when it comes to emotions, I try not to show people when I get upset or hurt or anything. But when I get really mad, and I mean if I am really, really, really mad, my eyes will just start watering and there is nothing I can do to stop it. And then I get more mad because I don't want people to see me crying. But yeah, you don't want bullies to. Most of it is they want to get to you. So if they think they're getting to you and they're getting the reaction they want, they are most definitely going to keep doing it. Well, I guess the puppy's going to take a nap with me. So usually when I come home from work, I eat dinner. He gets up here and he lays down and takes a nap on my uh, on my lap in the chair with me because I'm sitting in a recliner right now. That was my problem. I was shy and had depression from kindergarten. Sorry to hear that. I think I find as I get older and talk to my sister and like my mom, and they'll talk about certain things and when we were kids, and I like does not ring a bell in my head, and then other things I remember that evidently wasn't that important to them, so they don't really remember. It's kind of odd how that happens because you're you're kind of like, well, this was important to me. How in the world do you not remember that we did this? This was so cool. And then they're like that with me. How in the world do you not remember
Go
this?
with honor,
Did
son.
you just not pay attention? I guess not. I don't know. Oh, I did finish watching the Nicole Nachman trial today. Watched it all the way through the verdict. I have very mixed feelings about that. Did you follow that trial at all? I never learned social skills from my mom, so I had to learn them myself. Yeah, that's never good. Well, it certainly isn't good this day and age. The Nicole Nachman, um, the girl who killed her mom and her stepdad, she was in college. She didn't get her dorm room stuff settled on time, and they were pleading. Well, they had the option of insanity. Uh, I was surprised. Well, I won't tell you the result then. Um, I was surprised at what the verdict ended up being because one thing that was prevalent among all the doctors, the prosecution had one expert doctor that they had, and the defense had two. They all agreed on the fact that she definitely suffered from mental illness. But yeah, you should. The doctors were really interesting to listen to. Well, I don't know. I thought that the prosecution doctor was not very good, but could have been just me. My friend Maria and I, we
Our main
started following
flag.
it before it was over, but then we were like, well, we're just going to go ahead and finish watching it anyway. And I ended up beating her to the end because she's still watching it. We're going to watch the Grant Amato trial. I know that one's over too, but I always kind of wonder, if I had all the evidence in front of me and I was on that jury, what would I do? I don't know. Holding somebody's life in your hands, though, kind of it would be a very daunting task. Oh, somebody's here getting the boxes too. And I don't like having to pick up these traps. These are traps for cockroaches that we're picking up. Yeah, so she her mom quite I think lunatic might be a little bit strong, but she made her, of course they say, well, like, she didn't really make her because she was technically an adult, but her mom was paying for everything and she didn't have a job. I think she was 19. She weighed 135 pounds and her mom made her get liposuction. Who does that? She definitely has some mental issues, and that's why I was really surprised at how the verdict ended up turning out. Yeah, her mom made her have liposuction at 19. I don't know what her height is, but I mean, seriously, she only weighed 135 pounds. When I'm listening to the trials, I don't get to watch the video because I'm at work. So I didn't see any of the pictures. Now, my friend Maria, who was in here last night, she gets to glance at the pictures because she's got her phone set differently at work. Um, and she told me she saw the pictures of her, like the before the liposuction and after the liposuction, and she's like, Kim, she was not fat. She was just healthy, you know. And I said, well, they said she only weighed 135 pounds before she had the liposuction. Goodness, even if she was short, maybe she was above the whatever, weight they tell you should be. But my goodness, she surely shouldn't have needed liposuction. My brother Trevor died at 18 months in 1974. Oh my gosh, that was the year I was born. Car hitting him. So she had trouble. Oh, yeah. Afraid that she was going to lose you. So, not right. I agree, curves are healthy. Well, obviously, I do because I have plenty of them. Yeah, that's kind of a shame. I mean, it's understandable, but it's a shame. I remember. Um, so when I had my son, he was my first, and of course, he was super spoiled and had everything under the sun, and um, I was I was always around watching him, hoping that he wasn't going to get hurt. And he was, he would fall, and when he would fall, it'd always be on the concrete. He bunged his head a couple of times, and I would like, oh my gosh, is he going to be okay? Um, my daughter came along. When I found out I was pregnant with my daughter, I'm like, okay, so I have like so much love for my son. What in the world's going to happen when my daughter gets here? It's like, I don't know. I, I was really surprised because it's not like you don't love the other one any less. It's just like you end up, getting more love. But I could imagine if, something happened to one of my kids, that would be very hard to not try to put up some kind of barrier to not get hurt again. Understand it now. Bad always felt I was not loved. Oh, you probably shouldn't have felt that way, but I can understand why you did. It's very sad. I'm sorry. 30K a level. What's this guy trying to buy? I bet he's trying to buy carry. Yeah, freehold leveling. Oh, you used to stomp the ground. I can't tell it was naughty when your daughter fell off. Sometimes I felt like doing that very same thing. But my son, um, for all the crazy stunts that he did, and he was like my tree climber and everything. I don't want to jinx him, but like, he's not had any stitches, no broken bones. My daughter, I'm surprised she hasn't had more injuries than she has had, because she is a rough and tumble girl, and she like scrapes the heck out of her legs, and um, she's had stitches one time. She got two stitches in her chin. And of all the things she's done, the thing that she had to get stitches from was falling into the dog cage. She popped her chin on the bottom of the dog cage, and it split. her chin open enough that she needed 2 stitches. I don't even know how she did it. Yeah, that was my first and I was so I called the doctor. The doctor's office was still open because it was I swear it must have been 4:45. And I called the doctor's office and she said, "Well, we don't do stitches in the offices anymore because of insurance, because of liability." And I said, "Okay, so what do I need to do?" And she said, "You'll have to take her to the emergency room." I said, "For stitches?" And she said, "Yes, you'll have to take her to the emergency room." And I said, "Good Lord." I'd never I'd never had to take anybody to the emergency room, so I had no clue what I was doing. So I called my mom. Of course I called my mom. And she didn't answer the phone. And I called my dad and I couldn't get a hold of anybody. And then finally my mom called me and she said, "Oh, we were going to see a movie premiere tonight and uh so your dad's at the movie theater and he doesn't have his phone." And I said, "Well, I have to take Samantha to the emergency room and I don't know which one to take her to and I don't know what to do. I've never had to take anybody to the emergency room." And she goes, "Well, where's her doctor at?" And I told her the hospital and she's like, "Okay, well, go to that hospital. I'll meet you there and I'll call them." She had to call the movie theater to have them go and find my dad in the line so that he could leave, so he could go home in case we needed something while we were at the emergency room. So that was quite an interesting evening. But it all worked out. I mean, she got her 2 stitches. It wasn't the most terrible thing in the world, other than the shot they had to give her to numb her chin. And you can hardly tell that she has a scar there. Oh, my daughter, 12 years, went to a friend's place up the road from our house. Her dog attacked her, and she had 8 wounds on her upper right arm and 6 on her right thigh. Wow. I bet she's not too fond of dogs, huh? My mom had a dog bite her when she was young.
I'm listening. Farewell.
Yeah, I've not had any broken bones or stitches yet. I figure I'll get payback in old age. I'll probably fall a lot because I'm pretty much a klutz. Oh, was it a pit bull that got her? Bad thing is with those, when they bite you, they do not let go. Goodness gracious. Go to the farm. I would, as sad as that is, I would say so. I would say it definitely had a propensity for attacking people after that. Did you did you see Carolyn's live from last night? Obviously, I didn't watch it while it was live, but I listened to it this morning at work. They were talking about
Greetings.
that. Rebecca Zahau. Uh, I've watched several shows on that. Well, actually, about her and about the boy. You think it was on 28th of April 2013. And she had her tonsils and adenoids removed April 28th, 2004. You probably should wrap her in bubble wrap on April 28th of every year. Yeah, so they were talking about. Had you seen anything about that Rebecca Zahau situation before they were talking about it last night? Because I've seen quite a few things on. Well, they've done several things on her and that boy, uh, the boyfriend, her boyfriend's son. Well, I certainly think her death very, 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 very much not a suicide. I'm not sure what happened with the little boy because that whole thing, everything I've seen about that, and like, how they try to say that he, ramped off and all this stuff. I don't know, but I watched one special about her, and they did uh, like a reenactment of her tying herself up. Yeah, I don't either. Of her tying herself up. Mind you, she was naked, so she'd have to do this all while she was naked. Tying herself up and getting herself flipped over the rail. Um, and the odds of it actually, I mean, of her actually being able to do it, because the guy that was using the test dummy to show how hard it would be to do, like, I can't imagine that she was strong enough to be able to flip herself like that, even if you wanted to entertain that idea. I think it's pretty obvious that it was probably his brother. I mean, why would she be naked in that guest house? Or, well, so there was somebody on this one. There was somebody that showed you how you could tie yourself like that, but you would have to be really experienced with uh, tying those knots, and like you would have to be practicing to be able to get it to where you could actually tie yourself that tight, that well with those knots. Like, so few people would be able to do it. I highly doubt that she could have, even if she knew how to tie those knots. Then you have to add the complexity of being able to do it to yourself. Right. Well, so was the boyfriend. And when I first heard about it, I immediately, of course, thought, well, the boyfriend probably had something to do with it. And maybe he did. Maybe he had his brother do it. I have no idea. But um, I will never believe that she did that to herself. But I wonder if it had anything to do with the fact that the boy died, or if it had something to do with something else. Because you never, well, these little, they're not even really documentary shows necessarily, but like 2020 or Dateline or think there's one more. 2020 Dateline. I think there's another one of those shows. Uh, they don't go into great detail. They kind of give you a cursory overview, but they don't really drill down into any of the details. Right, right. Yeah, most people who are religiously against suicide, even with mental illness, usually don't end up following through and committing suicide. Not that I've ever.
I has
I
many lucky
can't
booze tell you,
even think
right?
of a case that I've heard of where somebody who was religiously against it, like vehemently religiously against it, uh, committing suicide. There, plus, I mean, think about how many. Okay, so you think about
Fortune
how
for
many
our
people
friends.
fail when they at attempts. How many people end up in the hospital because they, like they tried to OD on pills or whatever. And um, so if you think of all the how many times that people fail compared to the amount of people that are, or the amount of times that are successful, I mean, statistically, you would think it's just people. It's hard to kill yourself because I would think because you kind of have that your body, I would imagine, does kick in that will to live and so fights against it. Right. Usually the people
Looking to
usually
buy?
the people that are successful have attempted it before too. So, or at least the cases that I've seen that make it into the media.
Made of this, protect you.
There's a Blimtron. Did he just disappear? Yes, he did. Shoot.
Welcome. Travel safe.
Did I already do that? Yeah, I did.
Oh, hello.
I yeah, I can't imagine it's too easy to successfully
I
follow
hope
through
to
with
see
that.
you again soon.
Yeah, I mean, well, let's face it, who really wants to die? Um, at the end of the day, if only for the fact that we don't even, I mean, we don't know for certain what happens. I just bought those seats. There they are. But all those suicide attempts, you're back at the mental health issue again. Oh, I can't believe I wasted that. Why does that say that? That tells me that. I guess you saw that Casbat and Lisa are doing a live together tomorrow. I can't wait. Would you rather? That should be interesting. I hope they do it when I can listen. So we're going to be painting and moving rooms around tomorrow. I don't know why I keep getting so much of the same thing on these farms. I was kind of hoping my buddy might get on tonight, but I guess I'm going to have to hope for tomorrow. I don't know, he must be working a lot. Oh my goodness. Paracet. Is that what they call acetaminophen? Goodness gracious. That's a lot. Oh. I guess everything over here. I've never heard of that. All I've ever heard it called is acetaminophen. What the heck is that? Free t-shirts. Yes, I want a free t-shirt. Oh, that's the event going on today. Oh, that's the Dark Moon dirigible. I want that mount so bad. I don't have enough Dark Moon tickets. I spent 24 hours on a drip each time, reversing the effects. Goodness gracious. I don't know that I've ever heard anybody do that with acetaminophen. I should have checked the calendar because free t-shirt day. Vendors have been spotted in several locations. Oh shoot. Well, I guess I'm going to have to wait here for this guy first. I messed up my calendar so I couldn't read that. Oh my god, I moved it all the way over here. How did I manage that? That must really be talent. You see how I put that inside there? How in the world am I going to undo that? I don't even know. Shift. Maybe shift. Nope. You're kidding me. Now they're all like that. Wonder if a reload will do it. Hopefully that thing won't pop up. I would say not if that's what it does. Well, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Somebody's got music going on. One of my kids, I guess. Let's see if this worked. I can't believe I did that. Okay, it did fix it. Members have been spotted in several locations throughout Azrael selling t-shirts for free. There are even rumors of entertainers launching free second-hand shirts in capital cities. Interesting. Guess this is supposed to be a play on the t-shirt gun shooters at games and stuff. What is that? Deployable attire rearranger. It's a transmogger. Huh. I like this outfit on her. Interesting. Well, we have to think of something happier to talk about. Like, what kind of free t-shirt am I going to get from this boss that I guess we're going to kill? Because that's what it looks like we're going to be doing. When I came home from work yesterday, my daughter thought it was Friday. It would have been nice if yesterday was Friday. What is that? What is that called? X Wheeliag ATV. Oh, I bet that's on the new area. Can't even pronounce it. Did you have good weather today? It was pretty nice here. It was warm, but it was pretty nice. I got to walk outside while I was at work a little bit. Broke my lower back at 12 years old. How did you manage to do that? Were you in an accident or did you fall or something? Well, this is kind of boring waiting for this. I hope they're only on 15-minute timers. I should probably look that up. I'll look that up over here. Let's see. Wowhead. Wowhead. World event. No, no. Um, I'm surprised that's not on here. Blackrock Depth. No Blackrock, including how to reach the instance spot. Oh. What about today's event? tried to break up my two brothers' fight and got shoved into the fireplace. Oh my goodness. What? Recruiter friend UISS and renowned. What? What? That's why I should never go on this website. The latest Bill Blizzard added more assets for the revamped Recruiter Friend system. Explorer's armor. Oh, I hope that comes out before Christmas because then I can buy the $5 version and get that. Seriously? I hope some of those pets return. I don't have any of the pets. I have all the mounts. I didn't see anything about today's event yet. Gosh, I bet your brothers felt bad about you trying to break them up and you breaking your back. Or I would like to think they did. Where on earth is the... I can't believe they don't have that on here because they always do. Hmm. It's really odd. Well, classic. Am I on the wrong? I'm not on classic, am I? Sure hope not. Oh. Free t-shirt day. I found it. Oh, each city has one. Well, the big main city. Golden filigree double. They're BOE and they're versions of popular shirts already. So this one's a green shirt. Why are they only showing these on boys? Well, I won't have time to get all these today. I guess I'll have to hope they do it again next year. No, I was told it. What? Oh my goodness. I am very sorry to hear that. Gosh, that's terrible. I can't even imagine breaking your back. My husband's grandmother. Storms overnight for parts of the area. Some may be severe. Well, I'm glad we... What? Uh, I guess it's good we didn't take the desk out that we're going to paint. I hope it's not supposed to rain tomorrow. I probably should have looked that up too. Where is the t-shirt shooter? Come on. Oh, pardon me. 3 a.m. thunderstorms. Oh, really? Oh, and tomorrow and Sunday rain. Really? Heavy AM storms, slight P. Oh, so during the day it should be okay. That will be okay. It's going to be warm. So everything should dry. So glad I got over it positively and not. Yeah, you. That's quite the miracle, actually. So a lot of people do. A lot of people with any kind of chronic pain. Um, well, I think it's unfortunate, but doctors usually end up prescribing them very addictive medications. It's supposed to rain tonight. Storm. Your room is ready? Okay. We had really loud hail the other night. Mystic, my cat had to have a cuddle. Yeah. Usually when it starts storming or raining, my pup gets in bed with me. I had my daughter at 24 years and God helps I would be a good mom to her. That's good. I was. I was 25, 25 or 26. 26 when I had my son. 31 when I had my daughter. All these people have this t-shirt enthusiast title. I'm guessing that's what you get when you get all the t-shirts. I didn't see anything about a title. Let's see. Oh, that's the wrong. The wrong browser. Oh, and there's. I need to kill him too. Where is the t-shirt person? Um, there are several mystery NPCs. Let us know if you find them. What? Doesn't say anything about the title. The entertainers are marked on the map. Yeah, I want a free t-shirt. Where's the t-shirts? My daughter was so sensitive, even yelling at her. Yeah, yelling at her. Oh, see, that's my son. My son didn't like. I'm a yeller. I talk with my hands. My son hated me yelling. My daughter could care less. She just yells back. Yeah, I see your little grin over there. It's at Half Hill. Oh, did you have that? Or was it in the desk? See. Gosh, you were so adorable. You were so adorable. This is kind of boring, sitting here waiting for this thing. So why do we have this? I'm sorry? I see. Are you got ants in your pants? What happened to the side of that shirt? You really cut the sleeves out of that one too? You better not do that to all of your t-shirts. You better not. Only the shirts that are big you should do that to. That one you shouldn't have. Guess I could run through some more mounts while we're waiting. Of course, it'd be my luck that a thing will pop up. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't really want to go to bed yet. How about this one? I bet you like this one. It's made out of the stars. Yes. Yeah, your dad fixed it. Yeah, it was from the back end, not the front end. So oh, he didn't tell you before he left? Oh, yeah, he didn't even tell you he was leaving. That was a little rude. What'd she say? Oh. Yeah, she can't spend the night anywhere. I should. Ooh. Keep hitting the wrong one. I move this over here. I can still see the chat. I have to start trying to test out Zoom sometime this weekend. I was going to see if I could find I don't know, something interesting news-wise or something. My daughter's at a birthday party today with her boyfriend. Oh. Oh yeah, you said she was at your place yesterday with her boyfriend. Kind of impressed. Even streaming this isn't, my laptop's not running too hot. Let's see. Silly news. Let's try that. 14 hilarious. Let's see. The funniest news stories that 2018 produced. What do you think about that? A man fell into an art installation called Descent into Limbo. I wonder if I should share. If I should share the picture. I don't know. There's lots of ads popping up on this. Art can sometimes play tricks on the mind thanks to an optical illusion, although rarely does this kind of art put anyone in real danger. But one art installation did, as a man visiting the Fundação de Serralves Museum of Contemporary Art in Porto, Portugal on August 13th accidentally fell into the work of famed artist Anish Kapoor titled Descent into Limbo, which features a hole in the ground made to look like a mere spot on the floor. The visitor, reportedly an Italian man in his 60s, allegedly wanted to see if the void was indeed just that and subsequently fell about 8 feet to the bottom of the installation. To the illusion's credit, there were multiple caution signs set up around the piece, as well as a guard tasked with keeping visitors away from the hole. Although the man did have to be hospitalized after the fall, a spokesperson for the museum told ArtNet News that the visitor has already left the hospital and he is recovering well. Oh, sitting outside with the cat. That sounds like a good place to be. That's crazy that somebody fell into somebody's artwork. Okay, well, we're not reading story number 2. Best of funny news. Woman marries 300-year-old pirate ghost. And she has a picture here of Captain Jack Sparrow with her. An Irish woman made funny news headlines this year after revealing that she had married the ghost of a 300-year-old Haitian pirate. Yeah, they said they had safety things around the hole and a guard, and the guy still fell in the hole. Like, that's all kind of crazy. Okay, so let's see. Amanda Teague, 45 years old and unbothered by the 255-year age difference, married the ghost of Jack Teague, a Haitian pirate who allegedly sailed the seven seas in the early 1700s. Ironically, Mrs. Teague works as a Captain Jack Sparrow impersonator in Ireland. Was he on a zombie? I don't know. It didn't really say. I don't know how you can marry somebody who's dead. That doesn't even make sense to me. Not only dead, but my God, like probably dead for 200 and some odd years. I thought this would be a little more interesting than it seems to be. Oh, this might be interesting. Banksy painting self-destructs immediately after being sold for $1.4 million. Yeah, what's the point of marrying the Eiffel Tower? Art fans at an auction house in the United Kingdom were left stunned after a Banksy painting self destructed immediately after it was sold for $1.4 million. A hidden shredder inside the painting's frame went off shortly after the work was sold at the Sotheby's in London on October 5th. The work was pulled down through a shredding mechanism at the bottom of the frame and was promptly ripped into pieces. This defiant act was reportedly orchestrated by the elusive artist Banksy. It appears as though the artist himself was present at the auction house, as he posted a photo to Instagram of the half shredded painting with the caption, "Going, going, gone." Yeah, that is money completely blown up, isn't it? The painting is a reproduction of one of the most iconic graffiti murals Banksy has ever produced. The original version of the image was spray painted onto a building in East London back in 2002. It was removed in 2014 after it had been covered up by boards for a number of years. After the public witnessed the jaw dropping demonstration, Banksy explained the stunt on social media. He wrote that he had secretly built the shredder in the painting a number of years ago in the event that it was put up for auction. When that day finally came, his elaborate stunt was realized, leaving auctioneers speechless. That's crazy. Domino's Pizza for Life promo ends after hundreds get their logo tattooed. Oh, goodness gracious. This tattoo is of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle eating the Domino's pizza sign or taking a bite out of it. Few countries can garner as much funny news in a single year as Russia, which could very well be the Florida of Europe. This was exemplified when a Russian branch of the Domino's Pizza Company sorely underestimated their consumers when they released a free pizza for life promotion on August 31st. The offer promised 100 free pizzas nearly yearly for 100 years to anyone who got the company's logo tattooed on their body. Domino's was ultimately forced to end the promotion early because too many people took them up on their offer. The offer proved too simple a challenge for Russians, as the promise of free pizza for life could be achieved in just 3 steps. First, Domino's fans were required to get a tattoo of the company's logo in a prominent place. Then that participant was to post a picture of the tattoo on Instagram, Facebook, or Vkontakte, Russia's version of Facebook, along with hashtag that roughly translates to dominance. Finally, the participant could go to any Domino's location to receive their official free pizza certificate. The promotion was initially intended to run for 2 months through October 31st, but after just 5 days, more than 300 posts of tattoos with the promotional hashtag went up on Instagram alone. Domino's was subsequently forced to shut the operation down as profit losses posed a very legitimate threat. Some participants took extreme creative liberties with their respective Domino's pizza tattoos. Interesting. Oh my goodness gracious. Leave it to Florida. Florida gas station owner accosted by urine in his own microwave. Funny news in Florida was certainly heating up this year as one Jacksonville gas station owner became sick and tired of locals using his microwave to warm their urine. Why would they do that? BP gas and convenience store owner Parul Patel claimed that random people keep walking in every day to warm containers of their urine in his microwave. Those coming into the station to use the microwave were allegedly not customers and instead were suspected to be en route to a nearby drug testing facility. They had frozen their urine. Oh my lord. Indeed, a LabCorp and Quest Diagnostics are both within walking distance of the gas station, although a spokesperson for Quest Diagnostics alleged that their facility does not engage in drug testing. LabCorp remains silent on the matter. Patel therefore believed that these people were desperate to pass their drug tests. What the connection is? Yeah. Yeah, you usually don't go to a gas station to use the microwave to heat it up. What the connection is between microwaving one's urine and passing a drug test is yet to be determined. Yeah, I'm thinking they froze that urine. That's what it is. What's really bad is he literally put a sign on the front of his microwave that says only for food use, do not warm urine. Like, seriously. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I kind of get it, but why not just microwave it at your house before you go if that's what you're going to do? I mean, really? I don't know. You could just stick it under your armpit. It's like one of the warmest places in your body. Goodness gracious, not you can't. And then you got to wonder how many people like heated food up in that thing before they realized that urine was being heated up in it. Okay, here's I can't even believe I'm reading this headline. I don't even know what the article says, but someone stole nearly $100,000 worth of ramen noodles in Georgia. What in the world are you going to do with $100,000 worth of ramen noodles? I mean, they are cheap. A tractor trailer transporting about $98,000 worth of ramen instant noodles was stolen while it was parked at a Chevron gas station in Fayette County, Georgia. The incident happened sometime between July 25th and August 1st. Seriously, if you have to steal ramen noodles, you really are down on your luck, aren't you? According to a report that the victim filed with local authorities, the victim said that he had permission from the property owner to park the 53-foot tall trailer at the gas station, which rests along Georgia Interstate Highway 85 North. But when he returned to where he left the truck, he discovered that it had disappeared with all the noodles in tow. Lieutenant Alan Stevens of the Fayette County Sheriff's Office said that this is the first ramen noodle theft that has ever occurred here in Fayette County. For the purpose of quantifying what $98,000 worth of ramen noodles might look like if, on average, a packet of Marshan ramen noodles cost 29 cents. The culprits responsible for this crime could have stolen more than 300,000 packages of ramen. That's enough ramen for one person to eat for every meal of the day for 300 years. Oh my gosh. I guess we must be getting to the good stuff now. Florida man dressed as Fred Flintstone pulled over for speeding in his footmobile. It literally looks like a smart car with the door off of it, and he literally put some wood looking things around it with the little stone looking front thing on this car. Funny news out of Florida continues with this man dressed as Fred Flintstone who was pulled over. Right, right. Must think the apocalypse is coming. You can't go without noodles. Seriously. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's one of those preppers. I don't know if you've heard of them, but these are people that are like prepping for the end of the world, and they think they're going to go hide in their bunker and live. Kind of defeats the purpose of the word "end of the world" or the phrase "end of the world." So this guy was pulled over for reportedly exceeding the speed limit in his handcrafted footmobile, made to look like the famous vehicle from the Flintstones, according to a now viral Facebook post from the local sheriff's office. A sheriff's deputy in Pasco. Yeah, they do. Oh, you have some? I think that it's probably not a bad idea for those preppers if they're prepping for like a nuclear bomb or something. I'm pretty sure that if the end of the world happens, we're all going to go. A sheriff's deputy in Pasco County, Florida. Oh, yeah, you're right. Some do. Pulled Don Schwartz over on November 4th in Meadow Point Subdivision Housing Development in Wesley Chapel. The man had fashioned his smart car, I told you it looked like a smart car, to look like a near identical version of the footmobile that Fred Flintstone operates with his feet in the 1960s cartoon series The Flintstones. The man even went so far as to take the side doors off of his vehicle to make his footmobile look more authentic. Yeah, I used to pack food in our pantry, but kind of not so much anymore. Schwartz did dress up and drive around in his footmobile, but the traffic stop was not entirely legitimate, according to WBTV, who wrote that the traffic stop was staged with no real citation issued or property seized. Well, that kind of isn't that much fun. This looks funny. Judge rules 30-year-old must finally move out of his parents' house. Oh, yeah, you're right. The Fred Flintstone dude must have been some kind of crazy about the Flintstones. Even after 5 notices and an offer of cash to move out of his parents' home in Camillus, New York, Michael Rota, Roto, Rotondo, I guess, pulled a real life failure to launch and refused to leave. So his parents did what every loving mother and father at the end of their rope would do. They took him to court. Earlier this year, a New York judge ruled in favor of the parents, Christina and Mark Rotondo, and ordered the 30-year-old man to leave. However, he wasn't going down without a fight. He claimed he's owed a 6-month notice, which would give him ample time to prepare for such a big step. I just want a reasonable amount of time to vacate with consideration to the fact that I was not really prepared to support myself at the time of the notices. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. He's had 30 years to prepare for moving out. Oh my lord. That's crazy. Oh, oh, this is good. A robber was arrested after interviewing for a job at police station where he's wanted. There are some things you expect to get out of a job interview. Arrested isn't usually one of them. However, my brother still lives with my mom at 44 years old, but he does the week's supermarket shopping in Cooksburg. Oh, well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with being 30 and living at home, but, if your parents are trying to get you out, maybe at some point you need to take that leap. However, for Alberto Lopez, oh, I'm so sorry. That was exactly what he got. During an interview for a job with the Cottonwood Police Department, Lopez was arrested for felony theft after officers at the department realized he was a man they had been searching for over a year for. In 2016, Lopez robbed the Bank of America branch where he was employed and stole roughly $5,000 over the course of 3 months. I know, me either. I was 18 and I was out the door. After his heist, he quit his job and moved 2 hours south of Cottonwood to Phoenix. Officials at the Bank of America in Cottonwood reported Lopez to the authorities in October of 2016, saying they suspected him of stealing the money. Officials attempted to contact him to no avail and eventually put out a warrant for his arrest. Despite the warrant and numerous attempts to contact him through phone calls and scheduled appointments, he refused to cooperate with police. Lopez managed to evade arrest for over a year. Then in December 2017, police got an unusual break in the case, which led to some funny headlines. Lopez himself had applied for a job with the very police department he had spent a year evading. During a routine background check, which the department performs on all applicants, the arrest warrant popped up. After probable cause had been determined, police invited him down to the station where they had staged a faux interview. When Lopez arrived expecting a job, the officers arrested him for felony theft instead. What on earth just went crazy? Uh oh. What on earth did you type? What? I wonder how I can find out what Streamlabs just did. That was quick too. I couldn't even see what it said. That was weird. And it went back and deleted all your messages. What the hell? Okay, so something, it must have read something as such. Okay, so let's figure this out. Well, maybe I'm going to take off the deleting ability because that's ridiculous. I didn't, well, sometimes you got to play with this stuff. Okay. Uh, it's in the cloud bot. Where is timers close here? Modules. Word protection. Oh, well, that's not a bad word, so what? Um, so it just has use default blacklist. It says having this enabled will have us remove common offensive words from the chat. Well, obviously, I don't agree with its common offensive words if that's what it does. Auto permit. Oh, okay. So I can do this. I can auto permit regulars and subscribers. Let's try that. Okay, so what was the word that you tried? What word do you think? Well, unfortunately, Streamlabs is uh, I'm pretty sure it's US, so it's using whatever vocabulary. I just took it off of there, but I can add words as I need to. Oh, I can understand why it might have done that then. Okay. Because without the Y, they probably thought that they probably have that in there because it probably can be used for circumventing. It just did it again, really? Okay. Okay. Well, now we know what the word is. Okay. Let me get back in here and I can modules. That's not it. It is user management. No, it is mod tools. Word protection. That's really weird because okay, well, I'm going to turn this word protection off. I'd rather just delete the thing myself instead of having. Well, I guess we live and learn. I can't believe that guy went to the jail to get a job. You feel better now? Well, I don't want you to feel like you did something wrong because you really didn't. I have not seen this t-shirt person. I'm going to go over here and kill this thing when it pops up again. A guy stole 2 guns. From a police station and stole a police car. From a police station? My husband's listening. He just texted me and told me what the word was. I figured he was spying on me. You okay? Let's see. Man pushes BMW into river because he wanted a Jaguar. Are you kidding me? Oh, well, I'm glad they caught him. How in the world do you get guns out of a police station? Why is my mouse acting up? You want your bracelets? Really? Well, I would feel bad. Anybody for anybody named Randy that went there, I guess. Dentures found lodged inside man's throat 8 days after surgery. Something seriously went wrong there. Yeah, I gathered that. I've heard it used that way. It's just I don't know that I would call it exactly offensive here. 72-year-old man's partial dentures got lodged in his throat during surgery and was left there for 8 days. Are you kidding me? The British Medical Journal reported. According to a new case report published Monday, he went to the emergency room after he was having a hard time swallowing and coughing up blood. Oh my gosh, they show the x-ray with things in it. Oh my goodness. It is funny how words mean different things, depending on where you are. The doctors diagnosed him with pneumonia and sent him home with antibiotics and steroids. It took another trip to the hospital to uncover the underlying problem. The man had his dentures made of made up of a metal roof and three false teeth stuck on the top of his throat, the study said. The man believed his dentures were lost while he was in the hospital for a minor surgery for a harmless lump more than a week before, according to the British study. After the dentures were removed, he remained in the hospital for 6 more days and suffered a few more complications before healing. This mishap highlights the dangers of leaving dentures in a patient's mouth during anesthesia. No kidding. Ugh. No, it's all intact. From what I can tell in the x-ray. Like seriously, somebody really fell down on the job there. Hmm. Cops chase escaped zebra through the streets. One escaped zebra caught, but another still elusive in Texas City. Why are there zebras running amok in Texas? Handcuffed man is led by rope down the street by cops on horseback. I'm eating a grapefruit to clean my mouth. Okay, did you hear about this? And we were talking about this one at work. 7-year-old boy had 526 teeth removed. Did you see that story? I think we saw it on Facebook. I'm thinking it might have been last week or the week before. A 7-year-old boy in India had a legion of teeth removed from his mouth. 526 teeth to be exact. The unusual surgery was performed at Savitha Dental College and Hospital in Chennai, India. The boy was brought to the hospital with swelling in his lower right jaw, and he was found to be suffering from compound composite odontome, according to a press release from the hospital. I seriously should see if I can share this picture. I know I can. I just have to add a. Well, yeah. Let me add a source so I can. Cause this is crazy. The picture when we saw it on Facebook was crazy too. Uh, let's see if I can add browser source.
Outlook unclear. Gather 4,289 more Apexis crystals and ask again.
That's not what I wanted. Display capture. Let's see. That's not going to work either. I'm selecting the wrong thing. I'll get it figured out. Oh, I gotta hit him. I would really like to have your mount, please. Gold. 37 freaking gold. No. Why can't I? So I can't. Built-in. No. Audio, display, image browser. Yeah, websites. Add. Why won't it let me just select? won't let me add in just the one window. I know I had that done. I did it before. Wait a minute, what does this say? Websites. Should add web-based content such as a source. Oh. I'm gonna have to add a thing just for that, evidently. How would you talk about? I don't even know what that is. Anyway, he was taken to the hospital for a swollen jaw at the age of 3, but he refused to cooperate for any investigative procedures at the time, so his condition was left undiagnosed for 4 years. When he came back at age 7, his parents worried that he might have cancer in his jaw. The doctors decided to operate and found what they described as a bag-like mass, which was removed in its entirety. According to the press release, the sac weighed almost half a pound. Inside it were 526 tooth-like structures. Isn't that crazy? That's not good. You shouldn't do that to a dog. He got into the lipstick? Oh. Are you kidding me? I missed out. So, Evie, what is that you're talking about? Badminton? Is it like the game badminton with the rackets and the little, uh, yes, and the bird? Well, I'm not waiting here for this. I'm gonna fly up to the next one. I at least need to get one round of these guys killed. Oh, that's a cute puppy. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. You coming back up to take a nap? Huh?
Greetings.
How long? 2 minutes and 4 seconds. Maybe we can go. Maybe we can go a few longer. Yes, rackets and the. Yes. I don't know what that second word that you. I've not heard that word used in badminton. So
May your
that's why I wasn't sure if that's what you were talking about. I need to. Now I'm on this view, and how am I going to get. How do I get back to my live view? I have no clue. But yeah, that's for your dad. You need to show your dad that. Oh, I never saw this message thing before. Just saw the teeth taken out. Yeah, yeah. Isn't that crazy? So we initially saw that on Facebook at work. We were talking about it. It's just absolutely crazy. I would think so. I would think that couldn't possibly feel good in your jaw, having that many teeth all clumped together. Well, they said it was like 1 point some odd pounds. Crazy. Oh, here I can maybe. There we go. How did I lose the top part of this? Something wasn't right. Everybody chill out. I got this. Yeah. I have no idea. No. You didn't give it to anybody? Well, I guess it's yours. I'm on live. Okay. You're going to bed? Okay. Is your room ready? Well, it has to be because we're painting in the morning. So you either stay up and do it or we're just going to start hauling it out. I have seen on TV people with more than one row of teeth. I've heard of that. I haven't seen it. I wonder if it's the same thing that causes sharks to have those rows of teeth and then they just keep growing new ones when one goes out, breaks off or pops out or whatever. They have another one there to pop in. Oh, let's see what this says. Oh, we're waiting for him. Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good. Vomiting vultures invade Florida vacation home. I think I'd probably rather not read that, but goodness gracious. Raccoon caught inside high school vending machine lurking among snacks. That's kind of funny. I could see a raccoon doing that to get food. Police catch parked motorist playing Pokemon Go on 8 different phones. Somebody must be very serious about their Pokemon Go. Yeah, those crowns are definitely not cheap. Colorado bear smashes through wall like Kool-Aid man. Florida toilet explodes after lightning strikes septic tank. That cannot be good. Usually sign of drug dealers having multiple phones. Yeah, but they're usually the, what do they call them? Burner phones. A Florida woman says lightning destroyed her septic tank and caused a toilet in her house to explode.
With AI, we can protect what we can't see.
Oh,
To
that's an
protect snow
ad.
leopards, you need to know where they are. Microsoft AI scans thousands of camera trap images and separates snow leopards from everything
Turn
else.
it off.
So we
It
can
won't let me turn it off. Rude. Robo tails for what? So you can wag your tail? Man accidentally throws away $23,000 into recycling bin. I'm sure it'll get recycled. Well, the thing about the ads is you don't know they're coming. It's one thing, like, if you open up a YouTube page, you're going to have to hit that little silence thing and you know where it's at. And the ads, they come up from, and I'm actually on a news site. Usually they don't pop up with sounds. Oh, weird news Reddit. I might not want to see what's on. I know sometimes I get a fright from a lot. I know. And sometimes you'll like be reading an article and get interrupted, and like I'll turn away talking to my kids, and all of a sudden something's really loud going on in my head, and it's some ad on there. It's crazy. Hope this guy spawns pretty quickly. Is that tea bags? Oh, you mean strawberry water? I thought it looked like it was a lot of tea bags if you had tea bags in there. there's another t-shirt enthusiast. Well, I wonder if you get that title when you're wearing one. Oh, there's a Blinktron. That's good. Deployable tire arranger. Oh, that's what I... It doesn't have any charges either. Must just be a thing. Interesting. Young child found dead inside car parking lot of Patco. What? Is that a police station? Or a gas station or something? You would hate to see the news for a city I live in. I wonder if those use up. It doesn't say. What's it called? Oh, a train station. Deployable attire arranger. I have to look and see what that does. Deployable. Deployable. Here it is. It's a consumable, but it doesn't have... Oh, maybe you use it one time. Comments. Oh, I guess they can make them too. For use mid-game of trial style to confuse the competition. Oh, that's actually not a bad idea if that would work. Huh. I was too scared. My daughter would be kidnapped if I left her on there. Oh. Yeah, I didn't leave my kids in the car by themselves to run into the store or anything until they were older. And even then, I wanted to be able to see them. I really want that Brusaurus mouth. Probably take me another year to save up for that. More than that, probably 4 million gold. I have 1.2 million gold saved up. Why is he all green? All kinds of crazy mounts around here. I still need to make that one. Oh, here it comes. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that right before I left work. I think it's Peter Fonda, though. I could be wrong, but I thought it said Peter. 41 gold. Well, I've been yawning enough. I think I'm going to call it a night. Are you planning on, no, that's okay. I just thought I had seen it, said Peter. There could be a Paul Fond. I just hadn't heard of him. Are you going to watch, Loopy and Casbat tomorrow? Well, I don't know. It's probably not tomorrow for you. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what time they're going to be on. They don't know what time they're going to be on yet. But hopefully I will catch you there because I know I need to get to bed. At least go lay down. Sounds good. Thank you for hanging out with me again. Have a, well, I know it's not nighttime for you, but have a wonderful rest of your day, I suppose. And I will catch you next time. Night.